It's back up. All right, you guys, we're back. Everything's good. Everything's good in the Massiverse. Hope you guys are doing well out there in Twitch land. Thank you guys so much for putting up with that. Unfortunately, every time we get uncoding options, it seems like it just goes down. Okay, you guys. Are you guys ready to get back into the art? We could do a dance party break, but we're gonna do that a little later. All right, we're going back in. Going back into the computer. We're back in. We are inside the computer talking about... Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting her name. Creepy Sunflower Ashley. Do you stream Creepy Sunflower Ashley? Okay, what we need to do is we need to give her some love here. Creepy Sunflower Ashley. She doesn't stream now, but what she is going to be doing, she's going to be streaming soon, so please give her a follow. This is her work right here, the Frankenstein. Der Frankenstein. It's very awesome work. AP art class last school year. Well, it's great stuff. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We're going to go on to the next one. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Any of you artists out there, especially you broadcasters, please share your work on the Twitter, @MonkeyOnStrike, and send it to me. We're going to talk about it here on stream. Cognitive Studios. All right, who submitted their game? All right, this is going to be the first game we're going to be talking about here on stream. All right. So Creepy Sunflower Ashley, great job on the lights, the values, the textures. Really great job on the skin tone. If I would say one thing, you might want to bring this really strong white light down into the mouth a little bit more. You don't have to do it on this piece, but it's something to consider for next time. Fouatter! What? What did I do, Fouatter? What did I do, Fouatter? Alright. Did we go down again? Did we get encoding options again? We went down again. I wonder if you got mine. I will take a look right now after this one. So this is the first game that we're going to be talking about here on stream. Thank you, Creepy Sunflower Ashley. Everyone should give her a follow. She says she wants to start streaming soon, so let's give her some love. Thank you so much for sharing your work. Really appreciated looking at it. Awesome stuff. Really excited to see what you're going to do. We need your Kappa, by the way, for the Create a Kappa contest. If you guys haven't heard about this. If you guys have not heard about the Create a Kappa contest, we need you. We need you to submit a Kappa. Alright, well, let's talk about this game. Let's talk about this game here, you guys. Still up. Thank you so much, JT Penn. Thank you for being here, you awesome people. Alright, guys, so what we have here, it looks like we have maybe like a Rust or kind of a Minecraft-style game where you're building. I love the attention to detail in the skybox. Really gives that sense of depth in there. Great job on the textures here on the ground. You don't have any issues with the textures looking like they're stitched together. The textures are working out really nicely together. One thing you might want to consider adding is a reflected light. I don't know how hard that would be, but it also adds some dimension on it, because right now what you have, like on the figure here, you have that cast light and the shadow, but there's no reflected light, so reflected light might be something you want to add into your game. I don't know how hard it is, I'm not a game developer. Really like it. It looks like a game I want to play. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Any specific questions? Alright, so we got another one here. We got another... Got one here. Oh my gosh, we're getting some amazing stuff today. Okay, so we have Black Soups. This one belongs to you. Okay, if you have any questions, Black Soups, please feel free to ask. Okay, guys, we're going to talk about something fun here. We're going to talk about an animation. We have some awesome stuff. Some awesome stuff to talk about today. So let's take a look at it. You guys can see this, right? Yeah, you guys can see it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Really great. Oh man, I really like it. And proper artist, you're right. Val Dudes, you should submit something that we can talk about. Show off your awesome work. So who submitted the logo animation here? We're going to keep playing it a few times. I love that transition at the end that really makes you look at the logo. It goes full screen, and then it goes right back into the logo and right back into the photography. You're highlighting the photography, which is very important. Oops. Clicked on the wrong thing. I clicked on the wrong thing. I love that texture that you throw on there. It's also really cool watching that logo appear. I really like the clean text underneath. It's very important to be able to read it. And one thing you might want to consider, maybe for next time, it doesn't have to be for this one, you always want to be able to read it within an instant. You don't want to have to spend time. Cursive is usually... Oh no, did we get encoding options? One thing you always want to consider is you want to make that logo instantly readable. You want to be able to read it within half a second. It's really nice that you're developing it as it goes along. I really like that. Really like it. Thank you, Black Soups, for sharing that work. I'm excited to see it as it goes on and on. On and on and on and on. So I think this is you, maybe one. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I really like it. Really draws the viewer in to the as the logo's created. Really clean design with the wedding videography. I also like that it goes full screen and goes right back in to the photography, really highlighting that photography. Great stuff. Thank you so much, maybe one. Please feel free to tweet me your work. Tweet me your work. All right, guys. Redundant and said this again. Thank you. MRVL Lad, thank you so much for that follow, you incredible meatball made of stars. Together in the Monsters, we can do anything with our amalgam of consciousness here on Twitch. I'm so glad the portal to your dimension has opened up. Thank you for being here today. Guten Abend, D2 the Ario. How are you doing? Was ist los, meine Freunde? Do you notice who the logo enters the screen? Do I notice? Do I notice when the logo enters? I really like how it pops in there. Really nice stuff. All right, we're gonna open up here. Close this. Great job, Black Soups. By the way, can't wait to see the development of this. Pick up the cobblestone. I should really start naming these. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this was Hyrule. I'm gonna call you Hyrule. Are you in here today? Are you in here today? Okay. Yeah, maybe one. It's a really subtle animation. I like it because it pops in and it's clean. There's no text on it immediately. The text gets developed, so it's really cool stuff. Foitere, so this is Foitere stuff. Everyone needs to give Foitere a follow here. Everyone needs to give her a follow because she's an awesome broadcaster here on Twitch. Does really cool, expressive animals. Ron Freeman, absolutely. I can show you, if you submit your portrait, I would love to talk about that today. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got an awesome horse here with some lovely subtle light. You have a really nice subtle light in here. Pardon me. One thing I'm noticing right away is that white. This white is like a maybe 30% gray, 30% white. And I think that's the brightest spot right here on that eye. You might want to consider bringing that lightness to other parts of the body. And it doesn't have to be strong or harsh like that. it can be really subtle. You can do a really subtle light, but you want to make sure that the tones that you're using throughout your piece are pretty similar. The hairline, Starlight Spirit, you're totally right. The hair is really expressive. Bush Almighty, how you doing, you amazing Stardust Meatball? Really like the subtlety on the shading. So I'm not saying it's bad at all, but you do want to consider, you could either make this eye here a little darker, or you can make the rest of the horse a little lighter. I really love the line work you're using here. I'm not sure that if that is the best color to do the line work in. If you did that line work, not even in a black, maybe like a gray. It's up to you though, because I do like the look to it that you have going. Hey, you know what? I would say don't focus on the line work, because you have all these amazing subtle... Let me get rid of all my stuff that I just did. I can't. That's fine. Here, we'll switch them. We'll switch them. So on yours, you have some really awesome... You have some really cool subtle light on here. So I think what you should do is focus on the light as opposed to the line work. Try to paint how the light is hitting the object as opposed to working with the line work. Really love that sense of motion you have in here. You really feel like that horse is galloping. Oh, that's why there are two of them. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love that sketch. You have really nice forms in here. The line work really helps that, like, the back leg, the back two legs really pop out. So I really like the details that you're adding with the line work. If you have any questions, Fauter, please feel free to ask. I'm going to look for the next victim here. Looking for the next victim. And if you guys are new here, I am Monkey on Strike Moss, Bob Moss, if I put on the Bob Ross fro. Please feel free to tweet me your work today. We're looking at all of your work. Ron Freeman, I think I'm actually, what I'm going to do for Ron Freeman, I think I'm going to grab the older one. The older version. Oh, I'm some kind of victim. Yeah, that's right, proper artist. Let me see. Let me see if I can find your older one here. Here we go. I'm gonna use the older one because the lighting's a lot better on it. And Ron. We're gonna call this one Ron. Boom. Great job, Fauter. Everyone should give Fauter a follow. Really awesome artist here on Twitch. Thank you so much for sharing your work. It's always a pleasure looking at what you guys make. We have Ron here, Ron Freeman. He's working on a portrait, and you know what? I still probably have the reference. Let me check. Yep, I still have the reference. Awesome. This is perfect. So we're going to have the reference down here. We're going to have yours here, and then I'm going to clone it over here. Okay. The first thing I noticed, it's really awesome. You've blocked out all the shapes. One thing you want to do once you've blocked out the shapes is then you can edit them, move them around, cut shapes up into different shapes. So one thing you might want to do is really try to get that angle of the head here. So for the head, it looks like it's facing more this way. And what your face, this is that Rembrandt circle I was talking about. Really simple way to find out the plane of the face. You've slimmed down the left part of the face. Let me check the reference here. Or the new one. The lighting was a little worse on it, so I'm going to use this one. Oh yeah, you really have slimmed down that face. So it's more like that right now. Excellent. Excellent. So one thing you can do with your face, do a really quick study on either on the another piece of paper or on this one digitally. And I think what you really want to get is you want to get these eyes, because the eyes are kind of on a flat face right here. I think what you actually want is you want the left eye over here, the right eye about right there, and the nose is going to be in the middle here. Right about like that. Let's see how this looks. Yeah. Really great job on getting that sense of light. You're actually painting the light instead of drawing, which I really like to see. That's something I would always encourage is work with the light. Don't work with the line work. So you've got the general form blocked in. Creeper Web, we're looking at Ron Freeman's work. We're taking a look at all of your work here today, so please feel free to tweet me. Tweet me recent work. I do appreciate if it's recent. So you're really close on all the features of the face. I think you want to move that nose over, because what happens is foreshortening happens. So I'm looking at the camera flat like this. If I turn my head, you're going to see that this part of my face gets smaller. It gets smaller than this side. So you're going to have a lot less of the face to show here. You could even go in here further, really cut out that face there, that left side of the face. And then Ron Freeman, you were also asking about complementary colors in the shadows. So right now you have this kind of yellow light right here. If you went to the opposite color, let's say, we'll say it's a kind of a blue. Say it's kind of a blue, maybe not that vibrant. Kind of a muted blue. Yeah, there we go. So one thing you can do is you just look at the color wheel, go to the opposite side of the color wheel, and use that color in the shadows. It doesn't have to be everywhere. It can just be in a few spots to really make the colors shine, because complementary colors are going to make the most contrast in your piece. So you could bring some shadows in the darkest spots of the face, so like the eyes, underneath the nose there, and also on the other side of that cheek. So you could bring some blues in there to really bring out the colors, bring out that orange. Down on the cheek here, like that. Really great stuff. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. Oh no, I'm doing it again. I'm just going to start doodling. I'm just going to start doodling now. Great stuff. Ron Freeman, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Do you have any plans to stream, Ron Freeman? Because you should totally stream. You should totally do your streaming. Alright. So just with blues, I've kind of fleshed out that shadow a little more. And also, oh, one thing with your head. I think your head is actually going to be a little bigger here in the back. Because you have a skull. You have a big skull here that gets rounded in the back. So I think what you want to do is maybe make that just a little bigger and then put the hair on top. So it's actually going to be more probably like this as the head. And then you can of course use the blue shadows in there. Since it's an orange light, you can use that blue shadow to really make that orange pop out. You only stream gaming. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. All right. So try to get that anatomy down. Try to get that turn in the face down by slimming this side of the face. You can use complementary colors in the shadows. You can even go over the top with these highlights you have. You can really bring out those highlights if you want, with either that yellow or kind of orange light. Really great stuff here. Really digging it. Oh, great question, Proper Artist. What is your goal with this? Do you want to be impressionistic with your marks, where you're focusing more on the light and the general mood of the piece? Are you looking to make it a super realistic, super tight drawing? What's your focus? Can you bring up the reference image? Oh, am I covering it up? I am covering it up. There we go. Great work, Ron Freeman. Really digging it. All right, I'm going to find the next victim here, so please feel free to tweet me at Monkey on Strike. We're going to be looking at your work here today. 16 armed. Let's take a look at yours. Oh, wonderful. Oh, wonderful. Heart. More impressionism. Well, Ron Freeman, you're getting it. You're thinking about the light, how the light hits the surface. Play with the colors more. Have fun putting more colors on there. You can always edit later. You can always put color on top of that, or you can always put paint on top when it dries. Absolutely, proper artist. Yeah, there's gonna be pinks and blues in the cheeks. You're gonna have more yellows in the forehead. You're gonna have red in the nose and in the lips. You're gonna have purple underneath the mouth and the chin here. If you can really play around with those colors, have fun with it. So we've got a heart here. 16 armed, are you in here? Der Babel, guten Tag, how you doing? Guten Abend. Hagrid Mona, how you doing? Ron, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. Oh, absolutely, ex-absinthe. Impressionism is a style informed by realism. Impressionism is always about looking at your subject matter, getting that sense of light, getting that sense of form. So always be informed by the realistic and then stylize. That's a really good point, Absinthe. Great point. I'm gonna save this one for you. I'm gonna save this one. Clone of Ron. This is a clone of Ron. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Hagrid, Monadair, Bobble, 16 Armed, Lotna, maybe one Absinthe, Proper Artist. Thank you guys so much for being here. Absolutely. Starlight, did you tweet it to me? Did you tweet it? Oh, this is wonderful line work. Really great stuff. So this is 16 Armed. He's in the chat. In the chat here today. Hanging out with us. This heart is great. Really great job with the anatomy. You really get all those, the ventricles, I think they're called. Fauterry, absolutely. The subtle shading is awesome. I love all the mark making. You have different marks in here. They're not just going the same direction, which is very crucial in getting that sense of form. You don't want to have just a flat shading all the same direction. You want to make sure that you're using the line work like you are to get that sense of form. Maybe one, the bad thing. We're going to talk about the amazing thing that you did today. Or is it against the rules? I'm not quite sure what you mean, maybe one. Really like this heart. 16 Arm, do you have any questions about this heart here? Do you have any questions? Let me know. Let me know. Really love the line work in here. It's very clean, really great stuff. The line work that you've made is really nice. You can easily go over it and do colors digitally. One thing that you could do is you could ask for, should I add color? If so, oh, well, yes, you should always add color. Hello, Saminos, how you doing? Should always add color to your pieces, even if it's going to be a sketch, even if it's going to be a little quick color study. I find that sketches are a great way to keep informed on design, and then you want to finish it with color. That's just me personally, because I'm a painter, I paint with colors. For the shading, one thing you could do if you're going to work digitally, 16 Armed. Oh, don't be afraid to ruin it. Right now you already have the old version. You have this version right here. You have this version right here, so I wouldn't worry about ruining it, because you have that version right there and it's not going to be ruined. You can just save a new file. One thing you want to do with the line work, I'm not sure if you're going to do digital, is a story about my friend. Maybe one, please feel free to message me, private message me. We can talk about it off stream. I don't like to share personal things. Very loose background. Yeah, absolutely. If you had like a really fun background here, it would really make that heart stand out. One thing I would actually say is focus on the background first. So we'll do that first. Do the background first, and then work on your main subject. That way you don't have to worry about the line work. You can just paint right on top of the background. Yeah, you can have a lot of fun with this piece, making it abstract, making it really colorful and impressionistic. No, you're the best, maybe one. I would add watercolor. Okay, you would add watercolor. In that case, well, you already have that digital file, so I wouldn't worry about trying to think about ruining it, since you have that digital file saved. I would just say jump in and go for it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. As Shia LaBeouf would say. Yeah, I always recommend people to just try things out. Don't get too attached to the work you do. That's one of the best. That's one of the best ways to be depressed if you make a mistake, because art is all about mistakes. Art is all about making mistakes and thinking critically about how to make those mistakes work in your favor, either by learning from them or using them as a tool for later on. Just do it! Great stuff. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Here, I'll save this for you. I'll save this. Clone of Heart. Clone of Heart. Absolutely, Absinthe. Failing, in quotation marks, because there is no failing in art. And as proper artists said, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents, as Bob Ross always says. Alright, you guys. So who's up next here? Who's up next here? I think I missed someone here. Lotna. Lotna. We're gonna take a look at Lotna's work. Sehr gut. Das ist sehr gut. I am excited. Fantastisch. Fantastisch work here. I could work out where the colors could be in Photoshop. Okay, yeah. And then go to the original space and watercolors. Yeah, absolutely, 16-armed. It's very important to scan your work, take pictures of your work, especially during the process. That's not only going to help you get better as an artist to see where you start off, how you develop, where you find you're hitting that wall. For you, I think that you're hitting this wall because you keep thinking, I'm going to ruin it if I paint it. But don't think that way. Think of it as, I'm gonna have fun with this piece with color. We're gonna play, because that's what paint is about. It's about playing. All right, so we got Fantastisch in here. Fantastisch. It looks like it's a photo. If this is a painting, I quit. I quit. I'm done. Done with my life. Great photo. I love that sense that you're being pulled in to that water with this walkway. Great German. Danke. Danke. Falsey, weren't you making fun of me earlier for going on Google Translate? Ich spreche ein bitte Deutsche. Ein bitte. Very bad German. I really like how your eye gets drawn in here. Here we go this way. Like this, your eye really gets drawn into the painting, into the photo with this mark, and then your eye basically goes right up to the focal point, which is that light, that really key light into the painting. You have a really nice horizon line here. It's not dead center. It's not right in the middle, which is nice. I think this would be about the middle. So what it does is it brings that landscape up a little bit. It makes you feel more a part of the landscape because you're actually looking through, it feels like you're looking through your eyes, and you're standing on maybe the landing here. I love that reflected light in the water. That is glorious. Glorious. I want to paint this. I want to paint that part right there. Really great stuff. Really love all the details you captured in here. Oh, Molly Crime, thank you so much for being a Mossiverse meatball. In the Mossiverse, we are all Stardust meatballs, and together we can create anything. If you have any questions, Lotna, please feel free to ask. I'm going to look for the next victim here. Please feel free to tweet me at Monkey on Strike. We're going to be talking about your work today. If you tweeted me about earlier, please feel free to say in chat that I missed your painting. I'm just looking at my new tweets right now. Yeah, what is this? This looks like photography, but I don't want to say for sure it is photography. I don't think this is a painting, Bush Almighty. I hope it's not, because I will die. Oh, maybe one. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about this. We're gonna have to talk about this maybe one. This is awesome. You guys, this is maybe one. Great artist in the chat. Oh, really cool. So this is a 3D render. This is a 3D render. It looks like it's going to be an ad for this ring here. I really love the sense of light, the sense of motion you get with that rotation. I love that you show it from a few different angles. One thing you might want to think about... Here, we didn't do... Let's see. So you don't have any of those really nice detail shots. Something that's really nice about 3D rendering, maybe one... Yeah, here we go. So you have a still shot. One thing you might want to think about doing is drag the user into that ring and then pull it out again. You could do that, and it would make it feel much more alive, like you have here where it's moving. With this static shot, since you're doing a video, why not take advantage of the 3D model and your software and do a really nice zoom in to one part of the ring. Really great stuff. Really loving it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. It slowed down the rotation considerably. Let me take a look at it. Yes. Okay, yes. Actually, Molly Crime, that is a great thing to bring up. You could even do like a fast spin and then slow it down. So you could start with that speed and then slow it down as the details get really close to the viewer. Because what you're doing here, you want to highlight all those details. You don't want to just do that one animation. I think you might want to slow it down a little bit, like Molly Crime said. And that the transition to the still shot is a little abrupt. So you might want to consider doing something with maybe a zoom in shot and then zoom back out to that rotation. Same with this one, the still shot. Take advantage of the video. And yes, thank you guys, thank you Fauter. We do try to keep this in English. I know there's a bunch of German speakers out there, a bunch of awesome, amazing Stardust Meatballs. Feel free to say hello in your native languages. Oh, Sindoc, thank you so much for that follow. You incredible meatball made of stars. Together in the Monsterverse, we can do anything with our amalgam of consciousness here on Twitch. Try to keep it in English. If you guys do need to talk to each other in your native language, just all you gotta do is just /whisper. Have I missed anybody's work who has tweeted to me? Have I missed any of your work that you have tweeted to me today? Oh, no problem, you guys. Das ist nicht... It is not a problem. Hagrid, Mona, are these your landscapes? I'd love to talk about these. Here, we'll save them. Hagrid. Fauter, of course I want to see it. Of course I want to see it. We still have about an hour left of Feedback Friday, so please feel free to share your work. We're going to give you guys constructive criticism, blatant praise, and some inspiration. Technotron, how are you doing, you incredible Stardust Meatball? You know what? Let's do that. Let's go over the Kappa creators on Twitch. If you guys want to see all the amazing Kappas that are here, I'm going to post a link. Kappa. Create a Kappa. Alright, create a Kappa. Okay, we're going to talk about Hagrid Mona's work. We're going to talk about Technotron. Technotron is also a broadcaster here on Twitch. Please give him a follow. Awesome dude. Alright, so oh no, wait, we're doing Hagrid Mona first. We're doing Hagrid Mona. Don't get... and I miss Raw Rachel. Raw Rachel, can you do me a favor and retweet it? Can you retweet it for me?